today we have actually taken an important step, which is of actually rebranding ourselves in a way. Remember, the whole company and all its people are actually known to the outside world only in the form of its brand, right? And it's so far been Radio Mirchi, and we have made a very conscious, a very, in my mind, a bold step of dropping the radio from the logo. And I think we will of course unveil the logo too. It's there out there in many of our digital handles already. But dropping the radio is far easier than it sounds, because what it basically says is that, hey, listen, you knew me as Radio Mirchi, and I'm no longer Radio Mirchi. I'm actually just Mirchi, right? And then the question that follows is that if you're just Mirchi, what is the rest of it all? So then the whole thing about Mirchi Live, the Mirchi Online, the Mirchi FM, of course, and then within Mirchi Live, so many products, within Mirchi Digital, so online, so many products, and of course the FM in India and other markets. So all of that is actually coming together today. The reason we are meeting today is because today we are kind of formally launching the brand. The transformation of the logo has happened, and I will tell you as we go ahead that more and more team members are moving from radio into our new businesses, etc., as we go ahead. The radio business is what has actually gotten us to this place where we're able to formally kick off a whole expansion and transformation into a new area, right? Or the whole diversification program. So the radio business remains core to the company today, and it will remain core to the company even 5 years later. We talk about FY24, FY25 numbers, and we look at radio still being core. Now, when I say core, what it means is that, that's where the most people in the company are currently employed and will continue to remain employed. To just give a rough number, today we have about 650 odd people who are employed on the radio part of the business. And we have 150 odd people who are working in the solutions businesses or in the digital business and live businesses and the new businesses, the non-radio business as well. I see that the 650 number in radio will remain. It will probably expand a little bit and go up to 700 odd. But I see that the non-radio businesses people will expand from 150 and go close to 500, 600 in the next 4 or 5 years. And so if you see the company 4 or 5 years later, it will be a lot more balanced. Maybe 50-60% of the people will be working in radio, as much as 35-40% of the people will be working in the other businesses of the company. Now, here's an interesting thing for you, that in terms of revenues, already the non-radio businesses or the solution businesses, as we call them, are contributing 35%. So radio is down to 65%, solution businesses are 35%. And this number also we feel that in 5 years' time or 4 years' time will become more balanced and will become half and half. So if you were to see ENIL 4-5 years later, you will find a company which is rooted in radio but is doing a lot more, and whose revenues come from radio to the extent of 50%, but 50% also comes from many other things. So transformation takes shape in terms of the number of people who work in the businesses, in terms of the revenue profile of the company. And if I were to extend the logic to the profit profile of the company, you'll again realize that a lot of the profit, it maybe not 50-50, because radio will remain more profitable even in the years to come. But a lot of the contribution of the profits will also come from the non-radio businesses. So that's what the transformation is all about. We've been doing this for many years, and we've been associated with entertainment throughout, right? But when you're called Radio Mirchi, then people just put you down as a radio company. But actually, you've been working in the entertainment business for a very long time, right? So what we're doing now is that we are doing 2-3 subtle changes. So one, of course, is that we dropped the radio and we're now going to be called Mirchi. And incidentally, the radio business will now be called Mirchi Radio instead of Radio Mirchi, because it's Mirchi Radio, Mirchi Live, Mirchi Online, etc. So it's Mirchi followed by something rather than Mirchi preceded by radio. So that's one change. But the other important change that we are making is that we are reverting back to a very popular slogan that we had, which is that Mirchi, it's hot, right? In those days, it was Radio Mirchi, it's hot. We're now going to be Mirchi, it's hot. So that's a consumer proposition. Even today, if you go out and ask people in the market and you ask people, what do you think of Radio Mirchi, when the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Radio Mirchi, actually most people invariably end up saying it's hot, right? And we are reverting back to that. But for the radio proposition, which is the audio part of the business, the Mirchi Sunne Wale always push is still relevant, and we may continue to use it wherever and whenever we feel the need for it. But the common brand descriptor is now going to be Mirchi, it's hot. So that's the second thing that we've done. And of course, we are in the early launch part of it, very overtly stating that her entertainment mein Mirchi. Which basically, in many cases, you have to tell people that, hey, look at me differently, so far you knew me as Radio Mirchi, now I'm Mirchi and I'm saying, hey, her entertainment mein Mirchi. It is a bit of a cue to people to kind of place you in their minds in a slightly different place than where they have placed you in the past. So these are 2 or 3 things that we're doing at this point in time. There are 2 kinds of audiences that we have, and one of the audience obviously listeners, etc., viewers, consumers, and the other audience is the B2B audience, which is advertisers and clients, right? So yes, we have plans to reach out to both. But the thing is that, we already reach out to a lot of people. So to give you some numbers, on the radio business, we have a weekly reach of about 40 million people. And if you were to take it on a monthly basis, the reason I'm saying monthly, because, on the digital side, everything is kind of measured in MAUs or monthly. So I'm just trying to equate the two. Then our monthly radio listenership is, I would imagine, even though IRS doesn't announce it, but typically monthly is 40% higher than weekly. It would be about 50-55 million people. On the digital side, already we believe that we are crossing more than 60 million people, right? So and these are largely, the overlap would be limited, simply because the digital universe is so much bigger than the radio universe, right? So therefore the overlap would be limited. So I'm saying that, assuming that we reach out to 120 million people already, I think we have enough captive power in-house to communicate what we are trying to do over here. And of course, we also will be using external media to communicate this thing. But remember, it's not something that, it's not a story. It's not our objective is not to shout out to the world and say, hey, we are different and all that. No, I think the objective is for us to make people experience the difference. And that's, what we will be trying to do.